On a night where karl-Anthony Towns scored over 60, Timberwolves coach Finch wasn't impressed.
Chris, what happened in this one to let it slip away?
Well, I mean, it was an absolute disgusting performance of defense and immature basketball all the way through the game. So it really didn't slip away. It had been there from the jump. So this is what happens when you have this type of approach.
Chris, did you also see, I mean, did it turn into Karl trying to hunt like a big number?
Yeah, I mean, but for a while, it was going. But, down the stretch, you got, kind of dried up for us. But, yeah. So.
It seemed like all season when Karl or Ant start the first quarter off and just scoring a lot of points, and it's coming pretty easy. That leads to the team's worst basketball.
Yeah.
How do you address that? Because there are going to be quarters where it's good when they start out hot, but not have it lead to bad team basketball from there.
I mean, listen, you're spot on. I mean, there's lots of times when just because you've scored 2 or 3 or 4 points in a row or baskets in a row, it doesn't, obviously we're going to try to feed a hot hand, look for a hot hand, but at some point we got to get back to making the right play. We got to get back to doing the right things. That's just, like I said, there's a lot of ways to be immature. There's always a lot of ways to be immature. And there was a lot of immature performances here throughout the roster. We totally disrespected the game ourselves, and we got exactly what we deserved. So,
the Timberwolves in this game had a lot of issues. You already heard him say it. The defense was terrible. Anthony Edwards was a no-show. And yes, karl-Anthony Towns was hunting. The timing of these comments might be harsh, but they're true. And if you're a Timberwolves fan, this resonates with you. It was bad. He was driving into double teams and triple teams, committing offensive fouls, taking contested shots, getting blocked multiple times. And to make matters worse, it felt like every time he had a bad play, the Hornets were right there to score the next possession. And this isn't really new for him. A few years back in the playoffs, Game 6 against the Memphis Grizzlies, the Timberwolves were at home in a completely winnable game, and Anthony Edwards had the hot hand. But karl-Anthony Towns decided to take over in the fourth and completely tank their chances. There was a point where the Timberwolves desperately needed a basket, and karl-Anthony Towns took a logo three-pointer early in the shot clock and almost airballed it. Cat is a highly skilled player who can shoot the hell out of the basketball, but at times, his poor decision-making is a detriment to the Timberwolves, and that's what happened in the fourth quarter of this game. He completely ruined the flow and rhythm the team had. They did not look for a good shot, they weren't playing well on defense, and part of that is because his teammates didn't have a rhythm because they didn't get any shots. But that's all I have for this video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more NBA content just like this, and I will see you in the next upload.